All right, here we go. Hey, everybody, my name is A-Frame, and today I've got an 80% run of X-Men 2 for Sega Genesis. This game starts off a bit unusual. I guess before we get started, I've got a couple of co-commentators. Guys, if you want to introduce yourselves, please.
Yeah, how's it going? I'm Smelly McTroll. Been running this game for about 3 years.
And I'm BaconOmelette. I just started speedrunning this game earlier this year to pick up some bounties that we'll talk about later.
Heck yeah. Alrighty, so we're not going to start the timer right away. This game starts off a bit unusual. It throws you into the game as a random character. So I'm going to go ahead and start resetting, and we'll start time once we see Nightcrawler. So here we go. There are 6 playable characters, and we should be just getting them at random. So 1 in 6 shot of Nightcrawler. Why do we want Nightcrawler? Well, he's got a ton of movement options. He's pretty fast on the ground, but in the air is where he really shines. He's got, oh, here we go, we got him. We can start time. He's got a double jump. He can pogo off of enemy heads. He's got 5 different kicks, most of which give you a burst of speed in direction. He can climb walls and ceilings, and he also has some unintended movement options that allow you to move faster than you would otherwise. Specifically, there's the super jump, which allows you to lock in the horizontal movement speed you get from a sideways jump kick, which is much faster than your neutral airspeed. It's pretty easy to execute, but it's interesting because it's not a binary success or failure. There's a range of success depending on how well you execute. So the better you execute, the more speed you conserve, and the further the distance you'll travel. I believe that was discovered by Sonic-Star, one of the guys who worked on the task. So it's critical to the run.
Yeah, so after you finish the intro stage, then you finally get the intro to the game proper, and then we get off to the first set of levels. So what you're meant to do here in the Sentinel Factory is progress until you get to a door, and then run around this kind of maze-like stage, and hit those computer terminals like you just saw there, and that will send out an electrical pulse, open the door, and then you can proceed through the stage. So what you'll notice is that A-Frame is actually using Nightcrawler's upward attack, the upward jumping attack, to kick some of these terminals through the floor so he doesn't actually have to go all the way up to them.
Yes,
barely for the stage.
Yeah. Sentinel Factory is kind of unusual. The ceilings are so low that we can't take full advantage of the super jumps. They'll be featured more prominently later. And it's also kind of weird because it's one of the few places in the game where you just can't stick to the walls and ceilings. Normally Nightcrawler can crawl on everything, but that's not the case here.
And so Sentinel Factory 2 is a little bit more of the same here, except there is a skip coming up at the end. And in this game, if you have your hitbox collide with tiles that lead to the exit of a stage, then the game will just teleport you out. So what you'll see A-Frame do here in about 30 or 40 seconds is use Nightcrawler and attack at just the right time, and it's going to shift his hitbox just below the floor, and he's going to collide with those tiles right here. And it's just going to look like he exited the stage and pop up at the boss. And with this boss, there's not too much going on. Pretty much just some ducking and punching here. And so, with the shifting of the hitbox, you want to keep that in mind. For the next stage, there's going to be a skip that's going to use the same mechanics, but it's going to look a little bit different. So normally you're meant to beat this boss and then backtrack through the stage that A-Frame just came through while it's exploding. But once he pulls off this skip here, he's just gonna jump, attack in the air. Oh, first try.
Yeah, first try. It looks weird when it happens first try because you don't get to see like what exactly is going on.
Yeah, it's like a bit of a surprise, almost. There's a
perfect trick.
Yeah, frame perfect.
Yeah.
So this level is mostly super jumps. We could probably fit in a couple quick donations if we have some ready already.
Oh, we have plenty of donations in. Chat is super excited for this run. We have $25 from Blue. Thanks staff, hosts, and runners for doing all you do for this amazing charity. Let's get to 1 million for Halo 2. This is going towards picking the Fire Emblem Three Houses house, Golden Deer. Fear the deer! And we have a counterpoint, $25 from Sydney Horses, donating for the Fire Emblem Three Houses bid war. This game means so much to me, and I'm so excited to watch it be run on GDQ. Black Eagles, hype. So donate and let me know what house you love.
All right, coming up at the end of this level, we've got a short boss fight that'll show a mechanic we haven't talked about yet, which is when a character is at full health or near full health, indicated by yellow at the top of your health bar, your mutant powers are enhanced in some way. And in the case of Nightcrawler, his teleport goes from doing 1 unit of damage to 4, which is his strongest attack option. Teleport's kind of clunky as an attack. It's a bit slow. Hitbox is okay, but if you misspace it, you can take damage. So we only use it in a handful of spots for that purpose.
All right, straight into Avalon 3. So Avalon 3 is a unique stage where you're just thrown into this falling section. Normally, your character is locked into a certain speed, but there are 3 characters in the game that can sort of break that rule. Nightcrawler being one of them, and the best since we're going through most of the stages with him. So he has this downward attack. What that does is allows him to travel quite a bit faster than he normally would. So you hit these levers, the floor opens up, do a little jump, and then just do a straight downward attack. Sometimes you're going to do a diagonal just to avoid the lasers. And it's very important to keep that yellow health. At the end of this stage is going to be a boss and a character switch. Haven't done a character switch yet. And it's going to be Wolverine. And Wolverine is generally the preferred character to fight bosses just because he does 4 times as much damage as anyone else when he's in yellow health. So his mutant power is actually tied for the most damaging attack in the game with the Beast.
Exodus follows the same pattern each time, so usually not too many surprises there. Magneto's pretty straightforward too. We can't damage him in a normal way. He doesn't have a health bar we can deplete. We just need to lure him to the edge of the end of the level, and we trap him in a whatever device this is. You'll see it in a moment.
The Gravitron.
The next level coming up is going to be a little bit nutty again. We're going to do some glitches there. We were mentioning earlier, Nightcrawler has this pogo attack in the air, so you can bounce off of enemies' heads and get a little height off of it, pogo's off. What we can do is we can store that pogo state, so any aerial attack will have that property, including the teleport. So what we can do here is do a pogo storage and then use a teleport to bounce off of something and get some extra height. Normally we have to go all the way to the left to go up each floor and then all the way to the right. It's this pyramid-shaped level. But with the pogo storage, we can skip most of the level just by getting the height to just go up to the next floor. Definitely not intended. One of the side effects is a funny white flash screen from the teleport being locked in. And then this boss is pretty straightforward. It used to be a lot harder to deal with this guy, but we found a better setup for it earlier this year. A lot of new tech has been found, including something you'll see in the next level here when we're inside of this fortress.
Yeah, so much has changed just in the last couple of months.
Yeah, this game's been wildly changed in the last 6 months here. So we're going to be using that pogo storage again, but we're going to do something a little bit different this time around. We're going to actually cling onto the side of a wall. We accidentally found out, Cypher in here, I think he's in chat actually, he found out something strange with clipping onto a wall. You're actually still in that air property, like jump. So you can use the pogo storage, and one of the things we can do is flip Nightcrawler around and he can just clip through floors just like you just saw.
All right, next up, boss fight against Apocalypse. So he sends out these mines that circle around the arena. Normally they would take 3 laps around before exploding, but I'm going to take damage from those first 2 just to avoid waiting out those cycles. If I had more health, I could actually take a bit more damage to reduce the cycles, but I want to make sure that at the end of this I have yellow health for the fight with Apocalypse. So I'll be dodging the rest of them. And then once we fight Apocalypse, he's got a pretty simple pattern. He's basically trying to line up at a 45-degree angle to attack, and as long as we deny him that angle, he'll just keep floating back and forth and won't get a hit in.
Yeah, this is usually a pretty long, drawn-out boss fight if you fight him casually.
Yeah,
and it's kind of funny. So if you hit Apocalypse, he will actually take the damage noise, but he won't take any damage and just keep spinning through. So it's a kind of a fake out there.
Yeah, when he takes laps around the arena. Now would probably be another good time for a few more donations if we've got some.
Oh yeah, we have plenty, thank you. We have $25 from Dynamite. A-Frame is an incredible runner and better friend. He's brought a sense of community to so many people, and I'm proud to finally see him on the big stage. Just make sure to avoid those standing punches. Here's to a great run.
Damn, thanks man.
$10 from Zero Jedi. I can't believe it's already Thursday. This GDQ is flying by. Very happy to get double value with this donation by helping to unlock that Streets of Rage 4 combo exhibition and the Halo 2 bonus run. And $5 from Ichiro. Been watching all week, been such a good SGDQ. Here's my little 5 to go for Dark Story for edginess. And $100 from Stephen Poe. Hey!
Oh.
Shout out to A-Frame and all the acolytes.
Hey, Steven.
One of the interesting things about this game is every character has their own soundtrack, you could say. Like, they have different instruments that get used in the music in the game. And if you're actually playing co-op, like, this is a 2-player game, by the way. If you're playing co-op, you'll get the mix of both characters. Kind of an interesting little take on video game music.
Yeah, I think that's such a cool addition to the game, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All the variations. It's nice. And the music in this game was actually done by Kurt Harland. You might know his music from Soul Reaver if you ever played any of those games. Right, Savage Lands 3. Oh, we're 4 and 4 now. Yeah, Savage Lands 4. It's one of the few levels. In fact, it's the only levels where we really use teleport effectively, just to skip up some ledges. Normally in this game, you can teleport through floors like you could with Nightcrawler pretty much everywhere else. There's also another mechanic that's being used here, what we call the fast climb. What you saw A-Frame do there is just take some damage and then essentially kind of push towards the wall and attack, and that allows you to climb the wall very, very quickly.
Hey, look at that, it's Beast.
Yeah, we get to use a third character, which is pretty exciting. We use Beast for this fight because it's easy to take some damage, but Beast does crazy damage even without yellow health. So his punches do 4 units of damage, which is twice as much as everybody else's normal attacks. And his ground pounds can do 8 if you space them close enough. All right, moving into the final set of levels, the Phalanx. Phalanx 1 might be my favorite level in the game. There's a ton of fun movement here, and the soundtrack that plays is a hot jam, so definitely like Phalanx 1.
Yeah, it's one of these stages where you have to be very, very careful. As you can see, like, the level design here is very vertical. So taking a hit could be costly. Especially if you're like right up on the edge of a platform. The stage also is kind of a unique boss fight. So normally this game allows you one action in the air. So you can jump, you can attack, and then you can land right after that. Nightcrawler, again, we've already talked about the various glitches with him. So he has another one that's, again, related to his teleport, where you can jump, attack, teleport and then attack again. And for some reason, the game just makes Nightcrawler kind of hang there, and his teleport aura is active and damaging. So you can use that on this boss and just kind of stun lock him. Normally he slides all over the screen, but that'll just lock him in place, and well, he's just a minor obstacle at that point.
And you got to make sure to let go. I don't know if you mentioned that, Smelly, but you could keep him locked forever. So normally I would count the flashes to know how much damage I've done. Alrighty, what we have up now is a 2-minute and 4-second elevator ride that I cannot make go any faster, and it finishes with a boss fight. So we could probably go bananas with some donations. This will probably be our last chance before we finish out the run.
Wonderful. I'm just going to keep going. Tell me when to stop.
All right.
$35 from Be Better Gamer. X-Men 2 Clone Wars is legit one of my favorite games of all time, and one of the most underrated action platformers of the 16-bit era, and my favorite X-Men game ever made. Thanks to A-Frame and the rest of the speedrunning community for keeping this game alive, and for SGDQ for finally giving this game the spotlight it deserves. We have $5 from Butterfly Tom that says, GDQ always puts a smile on my face. Thank you helping make the world a better place, and please continue to do your best. $100 from Johnny Grunge. Happy to donate for a great cause. I love GDQ, and this event nearly always happens near my birthday. Good luck to all the runners. Happy birthday, Johnny.
Happy birthday.
And $50 from Terrarios. Oh boy, another Clone Wars. This will make a fine addition to my collection. $25 from Labid. Nightcrawler is my favorite X-Men, and I've never seen this run before, so this is a double whammy of awesome for me. Good luck on the run. $25 from Zeta2. Good luck to all runners and staff. Keep up the great work, and let's get that Halo run. Still going, or we gotta talk about stuff?
We're just about to go. Oh, well.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, there was the boss right there.
Very quick boss.
Nice. $20 from Bat Flashes. Had to make my first donation of the marathon during X-Men 2. I had this game when I was a kid and just recently remembered it existed. So amazing to see it represented at GDQ.
All right. So Flanks 3, this is where the difficulty really, really ramps up in the game. If you thought this game was hard before, the game gets even harder. It throws pretty much everything it has at you. You can see the corridors are crowded with multiple enemies. A-Frame takes the path of least resistance here. He's usually kicking through enemies that are just one hit. But you'll notice that a lot of them are not, and so that's another little mechanic that's used in this run. Once you hit an enemy, you'll get a little bit of iframes, so you can just hit them and just keep on going. So you'll see that applied very liberally here.
Yeah, super important to get through here like that. It's easy to take a lot of damage and lose a lot of time if you don't take advantage of those iframes.
Yeah, this is one of the walls for new runners here.
Definitely. And then another wall is this level right here. But luckily, thanks to some new tech in this game this year, we're going to use that pogo storage stuff off the wall and flip Nightcrawler around and skip everything. Normally this level consists of multiple falling sections, followed by little maze rooms. But we can just access all of those rooms whenever we want, just by clicking to the floor and walking to the exit. That level is normally a nightmare.
Yeah, I think that skip saves 90 seconds or something silly. It's crazy.
It's so worth it to learn that trick.
And it used to be really difficult to get out of this stage, well, the previous stage with yellow health. That makes it very consistent because you need it right for this fight. The game just throws you into a final boss fight here with Brute Queen chasing you. And, at the end of each one of her cycles here, she's going to drop a wall, and then that's your opportunity to damage her. And with Wolverine, since he pumps out so much damage, he can just one cycle, and that's that, right?
I hear the fanfare. That must be it, right? We've defeated the big boss. Good job, us. No, there's more.
Wait, what's this game called? Clone Wars?
Next up, we've got fights against clones of all the playable characters. And we met the Magneto incentive, I believe, so we're going to fight the optional hidden clone, Magneto.
We absolutely did meet that incentive, yes.
All right, heck yeah, cool. So, ideally, I keep yellow health for the rest of this level. If I have yellow health for the boss fights, I can defeat them in 4 hits. I'll explain more in just a moment. Hits 1 and 2, I can hit spaced apart, but hits 3 and 4, I want to land in quick succession. If I fail to do that, the clones will go through a transformation phase and perform a unique attack. It just takes a little bit longer and is a bit more dangerous than their normal pattern, so I'm going to try to avoid it if we can. Okay, so far so good. Next up is Gambit. He's a little bit scary because he has long range with his staff, so I'll try to keep out of range of that, but otherwise he's usually not too bad.
And one thing that's kind of funny about the order of the clones, at least this way, is that their range gets longer and longer as the fights go on.
All right, slight hiccup. So we're going to go ahead and see the transformation phase.
Luckily, Gambit's is pretty short.
All right, well, we're going to take a gamble. We're going to go fight Wolverine. It's not the end of the world if I lose yellow health. I'll just feel sad. I'll have to go get backup health. Wolverine's a little bit scary because he's so low to the ground. He's a little bit tough to hit sometimes. Okay, made it through. We're going to keep the gamble going and go fight Psylocke. Go ahead.
Wait, gamble. Psylocke's pretty mean with her range.
Yes, she's got the sword, so we got to watch out for that. She can actually hit you after the fight's over. See how she swung there? That can hit you and take you out of yellow health, which can kill a run.
She wanted to do it.
All right, so let's go unlock Magneto. The requirement to unlock him is to have defeated the clone of the the character you're playing as. We come back here, punch that wall, gives you the flame smiley face, which of course clearly communicates to the player that what used to be a dead end, you can now break through. Simple, right?
Very intuitive. Very intuitive.
Needless to say, I had no idea this existed as a kid, but I'm glad it does. I think it's cool. Hey, we got the quick kill too. We don't normally will fight him. So.
He's kind of mean because he's the only character with projectiles.
Yeah. All right, last up is Beast. He can be one of the scariest ones because he's even lower to the ground than Wolverine. But by keeping him in a pattern, it's okay. Okay, there it is.
Nice.
Smooth sailing. So that was the last clone. We're just waiting for the explosions to end, and the screen will fade to black, and that's when we'll call time. All right, time.
GG. Wow, that was really quick.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, jeez.
That went well. So that was X-Men 2 for Genesis. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you found this particularly interesting, now is the perfect time to give this run a try. We've got a full guide up on YouTube that covers all the basics and all the advanced tech, everything you need to know to get started. And we've got an ongoing bounty hunt that runs throughout the rest of the year, with a category specifically for new runners. If you decide to give it a go, also join us on the Sega Crew Discord. We've got a channel now dedicated specifically to X-Men 2 speedrunning and the bounty hunt. And Sega Crew is just dedicated to all things Sega, so if you like Sega stuff, stop by. I will be grinding world record improvement attempts on stream, so if you want to see more X-Men, stop by. I got a list of other Genesis games I plan to run after that as well. Thank you to my commentators today, Bacon, Smelly. I really appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's
And
a good time, for sure.
thank you to GDQ staff, volunteers, everybody watching, everybody that's donated for making this event what it is and for having us today. We had such a great time. Any closing comments from you guys?
No, I think we just need our ceremonious end.
Yeah, celebratory yeahs. There's an audio that plays in the credits, and we'll let that run in just a second. But great. Well, again, thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
And
I think you covered it all.
I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the marathon. All right, take care, all.
Thank you so much, A-Frame, for that fantastic run of X-Men 2 Clone Wars. That was just such a delight to watch. All right, we have $250 from Bridget. I'm proud to be able to donate to such a good cause. Thank you for all the fun and amazing runs and giving us a chance to play our part in making the world better. We have $10 from the Alter Maven. Visual shock, speed shock, sound shock. Now it's time for the Sega Genesis block. On fire, let's show the folks what blast processing is all about. Good luck to all the runners. $50 from Benny Burgers. A haiku. Summer games done quick. Speed runs during July rains. Great vacation time. And that is it for me, everyone. My name's frozenflygone. I had so much fun hosting today, and I'm gonna pass it off to the wonderful and hype Argic. Yep, thank you so much.
All right. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Are we ready to go fast? We are going to be bringing some high energy for the wonderful Tempest of Heavens and Earth into the Sonic block and finishing with Super Mario Bros. 2. It is going to be 5 hype runs all back to back to back to back. And I hope you're all ready for it. As you know, we are trying to raise money here for I was going to go and try and read the French word, their French name there, but I'm not going to. We are raising money for MSF here, and we have an amazing donation coming in. Already managing to flub the run as you get on the microphone, as you do when you first start out with some nerves, but it's all good. We have a massive $500 donation here from Dumple saying, loving the event and the Clone Wars run so far. The X-Men working with Magneto is pretty wild. Imagine being friends with Magneto. X-Men, welcome to Board Game Night. Thank you very much for that amazing donation there. Will admit I was expecting a welcome to die comment coming out there. But no, we are just getting ourselves all set up and ready to go. So without further ado, let's get through a few more donations here. We have a $50 donation from JK, who just says, thanks to the organisers and runners for all of their hard work. We have a $25 donation from Average Joestar, who says, I look forward to every GDQ event, and this one has been insane so far. Thank you, hosts, commentators, crew, and runners for making the world a better place at PB pace. I love that. That's a wee rhyme at the end there. That's a fantastic donation. Thank you very much, Average Joestar. We have Silent Sword coming through, saying, with $25, it's summer games done quick, and a wonderful time was had by all. Thank you for everything. And last one for now, we have a $250 donation from Zelu, who says, Annie, best girl in 3 houses, so Blue Lions it is. That is, of course, referring to our upcoming 3 houses run that we have happening later on in the marathon. There is a bid war to choose which of the different houses will be played. You can get your donations in for that, alongside some of the other stuff that we have available right now as well. Some of our other donation incentives we've got available. We have a run called Evergate coming up. There are bonus levels that could be played. It is currently at $1,015 out of $5,000 that is required. Or, if you're more into some Rage, we have Streets of Rage 4 Combo Exhibition. That has just recently been opened. It is at $1,045 out of $40,000. So if you want some more Streets of Rage, you want to see that combo exhibition, you know what to do. But of course, we also have our Sonic Adventure 2 Battle Story Choice Bid War right now. That run coming up in about 4 runs' time. Dark Story currently in the lead with $6,445.34, with Hero Story currently at $5,695.02. Do you want to see Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles? Or are you more of a Shadow and Eggman and Rouge kind of person? Your donations can turn the tide as we go through the block And of course, speaking about our donation incentives here, just want to let you all know once again that we are Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online, powered by Twitch. And we are raising money for Doctors Without Borders here. Doctors Without Borders, or MSF, is an international medical humanitarian aid organization that works in over 70 countries around the world, providing life-saving medical humanitarian care and speaking out about what they see in those areas. Their work aids people based solely on need, irrespective of race, religion, gender, or political affiliation. MSF relies mainly on the generosity of individual donors, with over 90% of MSF's income coming from private donors giving small amounts. And speaking of small amounts, every donation helps here. Doesn't matter if it's a big donation or a small donation. Did you know a $5 donation is enough to purchase an MUAC band? The mid-upper arm circumference band is a simple yet effective diagnostic tool for assessing malnutrition. So if you can give anything, please do consider dropping it here and enjoying the rest of the event as it comes through. You know, that is what we're here. We are speedrunning, we are helping a good cause, and you're all amazing. Every single one of you. I see you all. All right, I have just been informed that we are ready to go. So please get ready to enjoy some Tempest of the Heavens and Earth by Naro.